Hey guys, Ben here. So this is probably going to be a short build guide in terms of series. It's probably only going to be 2, maybe 3, I'm not quite sure. But this is just getting my toes dipped into the world of homemades. I've tried homemades before, but I've previously bitten off a little more than I can chew. That thing right there has a metal catch. It actually works, but metal on metal grind, not so great. Not to mention the plunger rod on that is way too big in terms of width. Anyway, I'm getting off track. This is a pistol that I'm going to be making, and this is the plunger tube right here. This is polycarbonate, and I got everything lined up. You might have seen a post on Instagram if you follow me on there, and that has all of the parts kind of assembled into the tube, and I have one with it regular in there and then full draw, and I am getting full compression on this K26. And this spring is, it's a little hard to tell because of the angle, but that is about 7.5 inches of spring. And I'm not sure what standard pistol sizes are. This seems like a rather large pistol, but again, I have no idea what size pistols are. I just know how RainBow systems work. This is the handle. This is aluminum. Now you might recognize this. This is the foregrip for the original pocket javelin project. The RainBow pump didn't really work. I've screwed up the main handle to this and stock portion because I broke a tap in it, and I don't even know where it's gone. I've lost hope in that style, and so I'm moving on to something different for pocket javelin. I'm still planning on making pocket javelin, but it's going to have a completely different design, and that will be at a later date announced. I'm not going to say what it is right now, but right now I'm just dipping my toes in with something a little bit smaller, a pistol. And so that's the plunger rod. Oh my lord. I knew this was coming, but I didn't expect quite so many remarks. Yes, I'm aware that this plunger head weighs too much. Yes, I'm aware that aluminum weighs too much to be made out of a plunger rod. I'm totally aware of everything that is going on. I have done my research. I know that that weighs too much, but I quite frankly don't care. I'm making the handle out of aluminum, for God's sakes. If I cared that much about performance, I wouldn't be making the plunger rod and stuff out of aluminum. I know Delrin is a better thing to do. I'm going after a certain look, so that is my excuse. If you don't like it, then you are free to not like it. So the catch is 3/8 inch polycarbonate. That might be a little excessive, but oh well. I made 2 of them. I don't think the back catch needs to be quite that excessive. I probably could have made it a 1/4 inch, but at the time this is all I had. And got the catch there. Nice big beefy catch so that doesn't break. So since this is a recycled piece, I still got to cut some things, and these are all the lines for the bevels that I'm going to be putting on there. And I don't have a router, so I am going to be doing that by hand, but that's okay because before I started getting into molding and stuff, this is pretty much what I did. I shaped stuff like this, so not too worried about that because I actually know what I'm doing with this. But this top piece is a little bit too short for what I want, so I'm cutting it right here and right here, drilling the holes here, which I've already punched in the little divot there, and that is going to be a spacer for in between this longer bracket, which again is going to sit on top of this, and that is going to be holding in the rest of it so that it has a little bit more stability in the yaw. And these are just going to be through holes. This is going to be the ones that are threaded, and the plunger tube in the back here, I'll be drilling those 2 holes out where those cross sections are. You see the little divots there, and that will all line up rather nicely. And then this one right here, this top plate is going to be the one that's in contact with the plunger tube, and I'm going to carve out a convex section all along this so that it meshes up perfectly with the plunger tube. This obviously increases the stability in pretty much all directions, but also if for some reason I change my mind and I want a different size plunger tube, I can go ahead and carve this up or simply replace it altogether. Either way, I'm not scared of digging into it because it's just this one plate. There's not a lot of work into it. But I would not want to recarve this because this, even to this stage right here, has been a stupid amount of work. This is the hardware that I'm going to be using. I'm planning on using 2 of these in the handle, and then a shorter one in the front. And I think 3 will be perfectly fine for what I'm doing. I don't think I need anything more than that, but we will definitely see. So I still don't have a name. I'm thinking something simple, but I still haven't picked a name. But this is going to be the coupler. I've had some people ask about that. And that is the center, if you couldn't tell from all the marks. And I'm going to be drilling this out to 5/8, and I have some polycarbonate tube that fits couche darts perfectly. Oh my god, use half darts. I know I should use half darts, but I'm going to try to make this compatible with full-length darts. I have ideas for that, don't worry about that. I know about the instability, blah blah blah. If I have to use half-length darts, that's something I will figure out later. But right now, I plan on using this. And I have a whole rod of it, so if push comes to shove, I can just make another one of these if I bored it out too much. But 5/8 seems to be what I want to go for right now. So I'm out here in the wild, and there's a car alarm going off. And I have here the first... Okay, now there's like 7 alarms going off. Are you kidding me? So I'm outside with my sander, and it's 55 degrees outside, which is... that might be a little cold for some people, but it's perfect for me. It's great weather. And I've just curved into it. This is the first bevel roughed in. And got to do the rest of the sides, but so far it's looking good. And that's going to be that. So try to get the rest of them done out. Okay, so it's getting a little bit late and I'm losing sunlight. But this is the rough shape, and I'll go in with hand files and true everything up. This side came out good, but this side not so much, so I got to come back in and true up some of the things with the files. And I got to, you see that little line right there by my thumb? I want to make that straight with this top up here, right angle. And then I need to trim down this as well, again to make that a right angle. And obviously there's a bunch of cuts from my bandsaw right there, and I need to file those down. But that is the rough shape, and I'm pretty happy with that. That's actually really, really comfortable, so very happy with the way this is coming out. Okay, so obviously this is a very rough fitting, but this is what it looks like all assembled. I think there's going to be about a 1/2 inch cut off here, maybe a little bit more. And I'm not quite sure what I want to do here. I think I'm just going to put like a little nub right here and just kind of have that as like a partial guard to the trigger that's going to go right here. And so I still, obviously these are just blanks with holes drilled through them, but this top plate here I want to concave right at the top all along so that it meshes with the polycarbonate perfectly, and that's going to be that. But this is a rough fitting for now, and I think that this is a good place to end the first build log. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.